you are dressed head to toe with shorts and everything and high knee socks.
With my AYSO regional patch. I don't know if you want to get a tight shot of that.
Yep. There it is. Well, and because you are legitimately an American youth soccer organization. Regional only. So national, this doesn't cut any ice?
You wouldn't let me on the field.
So the last time he bought his way into the soccer business.
The last time we saw each other in public was at Roxbury Park in Beverly Hills.
Indeed.
And I was dressed like this.
You were, in fact, dressed like this.
And I just hear this voice go, "Oh, my God." And you're with your son.
Legs.
Your daughter had just played, I believe.
She had just lit it up. Excuse me, I don't mean to be,
4 or 5 goals,
she
at least?
crushed it.
Yeah.
She crushed it.
And I was about to ref the next couple games.
Exactly. How are you as a ref, though, Will? I mean, how do you play it?
Well, I am strictly what's called an AR, assistant referee. So I'm the guy who runs on the sideline with the flag.
I thought AR meant asshole ref.
Well, that's what.
Because that I can see.
That's what it's turning into.
That I can see. Yeah. Once you get some power behind it, you really tend to go crazy with it.
It depends on how you work the flag.
But I have no power.
If you point with the flag, then you're that form of the AR.
Yeah. Okay.
See, if you point and then go up.
But see, I have no power. I don't have the red cards or the yellow cards. I just call offsides and throw-ins and things like that.
Because you could send some real messages to your sons.
Yeah. That's what I say.
Just random fouls. This is about the stuff at home, not on the field. This is about what you said to me at breakfast, smartass. Red card, out. Whatever that means. I don't even know what.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Infraction.
It is. In fact, red card, you're out.
Yeah, you're out. You're not only out, you miss the next game.
Really?
Can you yellow card a 10-year-old in AYSO?
I've seen it happen. Oh yes. Oh, yes. I'm not afraid.
No. You got a quick trigger finger.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you're not national, Will. I don't mean to point it out. Maybe that's why you're still at the regional level.
How long would it take me? That's my second career. To become a national AYSO referee.
But, yeah, you could be World Cup. You know what? You could get. The thing I love about the referees in the World Cup is that that spray that they put down on the
shaving cream.
Did you bring that to the US?
I wish I had that. If I could referee in a FIFA game, it wouldn't be the professional. It would just be a can of Barbasol and a real thick, ample line, and build about 6 inches off the ground. Yeah. Spend a lot of time.
Do it right there.
Yep. You know what I would genuinely love for you as a second career, if you ever decided you wanted a second career, is to see you follow through on that promise to USC and finally be a broadcaster. Be someone who's calling color. Right?
Rich, maybe you could give me a break.
I mean, that would boost ratings for whatever sport you were talking about.
What if I took over the Rich Eisen show?
You could do it. I mean, you want to switch seats? Well, you don't have to do that. Which sport would you want to do? If you could choose which sport where you'd want to call a game, Will?
I don't.
You could bring a lot of good focus to curling or something like that. A sport that needs it, Will.
I wasn't prepared for this line of questioning. You know what, though? We did do. Ron Burgandy did help announce the national curling finals in Ottawa, Canada, about 5 years ago.
How'd that go?
It was amazing. Absolutely amazing, because people called in and said, people who had no idea who the character was, said that I had ruined the national curling finals because this guy doesn't know the game. They gave me the telestrator at one point, and the guys who were the curling announcers, who were like the Vin Scullys of curling, they played it straight. They loved it because they don't get to mess around at all. And they're like, Ron, what do you think of this play? What do you think the approach is? And I was just like, well, I think he's trying to put it over here. And and they had all these ads for Tim Hortons Coffee, which is a big coffee chain for our Canadian listeners. And I just kept saying, all the signage, I'm like, who the hell is Tim Horton? Who does he think he is? Get him out of here. And so it was
you can just hear these guys in the curling locker room afterwards. I worked my whole life to get here, and that guy comes out here and makes an ass out of me.
And a wig.
Forget it.
I fly all the way to Ottawa, the Paris of Canada,
and you run
for this.
You run directly into the cadre of curling purists that you never knew existed.
But I literally was doing some press the next day, and one of the journalists was like, "That was fantastic." But my mother called and said, "There's a guy with a mustache who's horrible. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He ruined the event for me."
Right. Well, what about hosting the Oscars? as Ron Burgundy. Would that fly, do you think? Or maybe, John, you want
to... honestly, I think that might be the move for somebody. I don't know if it's for Will, but a fictional character is an unimpeachable character, right?
How about
That's true. That's
otherwise, whoever it is, like, they're going to find something that you did wrong or something that's, you know.
How about Reed Rothchild? I mean, he was in he was in film of some sort.
Reed would pour more fairly than well. He would fare more poorly rather than see.
Is Reed still out in Van Nuys, probably?
Yeah, he's in the magic circuit. He's doing magic. He's doing this porn magic act. It just never quite caught on.
Living out in Chatsworth.
Yeah, it's kind of a dedicated fan group of about 10 people or so that come. But
yeah, you're still trying to get your tapes
Reed would get in so much trouble. Are you kidding? It would be, it would be a mess. It would make this latest debacle look tame.
Just get his tapes back finally, maybe. Finally get the tapes back.
Yeah.
What do you know?
That's an MP. Not a YP.
That is one of my favorite lines that I get to use actually on this show when fans call in and
MPYP.
Well, yeah, they're complaining about refereeing, whatever. I'm like, that's a YP, not an MP.
You know who played that part is Robert Downey Sr., Robert Downey Jr.'s father.
Is that right?
Yeah, and he improvised that line, MPYP.
Come on.
Yeah. No, he just came up with it on the spot.
How about that?
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.